Welcome in, Tuesday edition, Outkick the coverage. We've got a loaded show headed your way, but we had a loaded night of action, and got a lot of fun coming still tonight as well. We got the ALCS rolling, the NLCS rolling, and virtually unheard of, a Tuesday night football game that I'm going to be taking the boys to go see, as well as Jason Whitlock. So if by chance you are watching, which I think a lot of you will be, Bills-Titans tonight, or if you are going to be at the Bills-Titans game, Jason Whitlock, myself, and my two oldest kids, there's not going to be a lot of people in the crowd. So who knows? They may catch us on the CBS monitor, so you can keep your eyes peeled. We had to look for our cardboard cutouts. This will be Where is Waldo, Clay Travis, Jason Whitlock edition, because we're going to be in the red seats around midfield. So who knows? Maybe you'll be able to pick us out, because there's not going to be, I think there's only going to be like 8,000 people at the game tonight. But phenomenal night of viewing sports last night. If you were sitting down going back and forth on your television broadcast like I was, unless you happen to be a Dodgers and a Chargers fan, in which case you took double body blows pretty close together. Now, I'd imagine a lot of you guys are also Laker fans, so you're not exactly hurting right now. You've had a lot of wins. But last night, top of the ninth, Braves score 4 runs, take control of the series. The Braves, which have been one of the least reliable postseason teams anywhere in baseball, leaving aside the Minnesota Twins. Sorry, Twins fans, for bringing that up. But the Braves couldn't win anything, and now all of a sudden they've gotten white hot, and they have won 6 straight. And obviously they were playing against the Dodgers, who had won 5 straight. But the Braves now have, in their 6 wins, 5 of them, I believe, have been games where their pitching staff gave up 1 run or less. So they gave up 1 run last night to the Dodgers. They'd had 4 shutouts as well. So it's not just that they have won; it's that their pitching has suddenly become dominant, and that continued all throughout the evening, with the exception of the one sort of hanging curveball from Max Fried that was driven into the seats by Kiki Hernandez. And we had a tie game going into the ninth that was a white knuckler, and the Braves found a way to win. We'll see what happens tonight with Clayton Kershaw on the mound. In the ALCS, the Tampa Bay Rays have continued to be on a roll. They have won 2 in a row against the Astros, even though nobody seems to believe in the Rays at all. So we'll see what happens with Game 3 there. But Monday Night Football, Drew Brees going up against Justin Herbert, and I got to tell you, the way that the Chargers find to lose football games, the variety, the difficulty, the sheer improbability of the way that the Chargers find to lose close games, not just lose close games, is pretty crazy. So the Chargers in their last 16 one-score games are 3-13. 3-13 in their last 16 one-score games. And last night, they doinked one off the uprights that would have won the game down in the Superdome. And then in overtime, after holding the Saints to an opening possession field goal, they have one of their top players, Mike Williams, get tackled a yard short on 4th down. I mean, really an amazing tackle. I believe it was by Marcus Lattimore, when it looked like Mike Williams was going to power through. And by the way, Mike Williams had made earlier in this game, in the final drive, an incredible catch. Now, if you are a Charger fan, so far this season, your team, and this is a wild stat, your team has had a 17-6 lead on Patrick Mahomes, a 24-7 lead on Tom Brady, and a 20-3 lead on Drew Brees, and the Chargers have lost all 3 of those games. Mahomes, Brady, and Brees have all come back from double-digit second-half deficits nearly to win this football game. I know the 20-3 lead was late in the first half, and I know also the 24-7 lead against Brady, I believe, was late in the first half as well. 17-6 lead for Patrick Mahomes was into the second half. And, I mean, the Chargers are 1-4 right now, and it's not crazy to say, hey, they could be 5-0. It's also not crazy to say they could have lost the one game that they won, which was on the offensive pass interference call where if that call is not made, then A.J. Green scores. And even if that call was made, if the Bengals kicker doesn't come out, and it seems like a long time ago now, but if he doesn't injure himself attempting like a 35-yard field goal and shank it, then they wouldn't have won that game. But the Chargers are definitely much better than their record. And I got to say this about Justin Herbert. First of all, he's won the starting job. He was unbelievable again last night. He throws one of the best deep balls in the entire NFL. He's 6'6", 250 pounds. He can take a hit. He can hang in the pocket. And I can't even think. You guys can think of this and tweet me if you can think of somebody who's better. I can't think of a quarterback who has come in as a rookie and looked so much better than he did in college. You guys know I watch a lot of college football. So I watched a lot of Justin Herbert games over the years. And I would watch Justin Herbert and I would say, man, he's got all of the intangibles, right? Big, strong, physical, tough. But there was just something about him that made me uncomfortable projecting him into the NFL. And I think it was that ability to really stretch the field. The Oregon Ducks really didn't let him throw down the field that much. And that seems crazy to me because of how beautiful of a deep ball he is already throwing in the NFL. It's not very often that you go up a degree in difficulty and actually look better than you did at the lower degree of difficulty location. But that right now is where we are with Justin Herbert. He looks better as an NFL player than he did as an Oregon Duck. And it's not just me saying that. There are a lot of Pac-12 fans out there listening to me right now, nodding along. There's a heck of a lot of Oregon Duck fans that are listening right now. Even you guys have to be stunned by how good he looks compared to what he did in even his senior year at Oregon. Remember, this is a guy who won the Rose Bowl with his legs in his final game as an Oregon Duck. And if I'm a Charger fan, even though all those blown leads against Mahomes and against Brady and against Brees, it's frustrating. It's frustrating that the Chargers are 1-4, but I do think the future is brighter than you could have ever anticipated it being just based on how good Justin Herbert is playing. So you're not going to be a playoff team this year. You're going to have to contend with Patrick Mahomes, unfortunately, in the division for years and years to come. But who would you rather buy stock in right now other than the Chargers? I know Derek Carr is looking decent. Big win for the Raiders on the road. I'm not really sure what's going on with the Broncos in terms of their quarterback situation and Drew Lock being unhealthy. But to me, Justin Herbert looks like a tremendous difference maker, and that he and Mahomes can start to have some real battles in the years ahead as two young quarterbacks in the AFC West. Now, maybe Drew Lock's going to be able to step up to the plate, and that's going to be a storyline worth following. And we'll see exactly how Derek Carr continues to evolve in that John Gruden offense. But if I am a Charger fan, while I'm frustrated about that loss last night, I'm at least sitting around thinking, man, Justin Herbert is a lot better than we had any reason to believe. All right, this is going to be cool. When we come back, we are scheduled to be joined by Jorge Masvidal, the UFC fighter. They reached out and said that he wanted to come on the show because he wanted to come talk to us about basically what it's like to have grown up dealing with Cuba and how much he loves the values and freedoms that he has in America, and he wants to share his story with us. That's what I was told. They reached out to us. Up next, UFC fighter Jorge Masvidal, and then we are going to be joined by Jason Whitlock. We're loaded. Final hour of the show. Petros Papadakis. So much to get into. Appreciate all of you. This is Outkick on Fox Sports Radio.